Hi, Perry.
What's up, Sharrell? What's up, everybody? Happy weekend.
Happy weekend, everybody. It's Friday. I'm so excited. Well, not really. We got a long weekend to plan ahead. So that means I'm
Yeah.
not going to get any rest till next week. Wow. So me and Perry, hopefully we will keep the. Yeah, my body needs a break. I have to take a day off one of these days, maybe when I get back. So we're going to Michigan this weekend, and hopefully when I get back, I'll have a couple days off. So I'm not going to see you guys till mid next week. So I got to get it all in, people. I got to get it all in. Today's going to be a good day. Today we're going to talk about NeNe Leakes running out of money.
Damn.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, really crazy. And the person you least expected coming to her aid. Then we're going to talk about this debacle, people. This debacle between, it started out with Jess, hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Would you say?
I said, yeah.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
it's a mess. It started with Jess Hilarious talking about trans women, and then T.S. Madison responded. Then Tasha K jumped in the mix. Then Armon jumped in the mix. And then Tasha started talking about DJ Academics. It's going down. Let me tell you the reason why I do YouTube drama. Because these people are my coworkers or cohorts or whatever you say. They do the same exact job that I do. But by far, reality TV, blogger drama is 10, maybe 30, 100 times better than reality TV. It is
Yeah.
good. And we don't have anybody to keep us in the mix, like who doing what. Because I don't watch, people every day. I don't watch anybody every day. But you have to run over here. You have to watch this. Then you have to run back over here to see what this person said. Then you got to run over here. It's too much. So I want a neutral place where everybody can talk about what's going on, who's right, who's wrong. Another thing I stress over here, I call my channel the People's Channel. I've been calling that ever since I started. That means I allow all opinions. So I'm telling you right now, up front, I have to do this every video now. If you are a thin-skinned and you don't like anybody talking about your favorite blogger, please exit the chat. There is no reason right now for anybody to be in their feelings. I'm telling you right now, if you are thin-skinned and you don't want anybody to say anything bad about your favorite blogger, this is not the channel for you. Now, I'm saying that straight out. Like, I still have crybabies in the chat. You said this about so-and-so. No, I'm going to say how I feel just like I allow you to say how you feel. If you cannot take it, beat it, okay? Hi, David. Just came home from Greece. Glad to be back in Norway with low temperatures. Oh, my God.
Yeah, don't talk about temperatures. Hot damn, it's hot.
Temperatures. Perry, how hot do you think it is today?
110 today.
110, and that's showing us mercy. It's been really, really hot.
And then people always wonder how I can stay a red bone in heat like that. Okay.
No, that's a joke. Remember, Perry says, no, it's just, Perry's a mess, a hot ass mess. But anyway, so we're going to talk all about it. We're going to talk like adults. I don't give a damn whose side you're on. We're going to be respectful and just get to the bottom, and people are going to talk about how they feel in an adult manner. Because when you start talking about the LGBTQ community and you have other people that don't understand or feel differently, they always want to argue. Child, we ain't got time for that. You state how you feel, and that's it. But tearing the other person down and all, ain't nobody here for all that. We're talking about what's going on. And this has spun so far out of control. It's past that. That happened on Monday or 3 days ago.
Well, that's my whole thing. I can't keep up neither. So when I'm jumping in, I can't even tell you how it all started. At this point, I just know they cursing each other out.
It's so good. So good. And then let me say this too, before we get started. I don't care who you are. I don't. All these people I'm talking about, I don't know. I don't want to know. Like, I have the bloggers that I deal with, and I don't want none else, because you start messing with too many bloggers, shit gets messy. But we're going to say how we feel. And I'm going to say how I feel, and then I'm going to let you come up to say how you feel, and that's it. If you can't handle that, if you want to start talking about my wig and then you got to get the hell out. Matter of fact, let me go members only, because you got some people that don't know how to handle tough conversations, and I ain't got time for you. I've done this too long. It's always some dumb ass comes in and spoils the conversation. So with that being said, all people can't comment because I can't. And it happens every time. People start crying, start getting really personal. It's going too damn far. Oh, and then with that also being said, I'm not team nobody. I don't know these people. And as a matter of fact, I like them all, but I enjoy a good read. And I don't care who the read comes from. If the read is funny, it's funny.
Yep.
Okay, so all you soft-hearted people, get out my chat. Tasha K can read. Armon Wiggins can read. TS Madison can read. DJ Academics can read. So I ain't on nobody's side. I'm laughing where I think that it's funny. Okay. And I'm allowed to do that.
She's not in it, but she can read too.
And NeNe can read. So, child, I don't have time for all of this, me laughing, and then you thinking I'm on team so and so. I'm telling you what happened. And if the shit is funny, it's funny. Okay. Now get out my chat with that mess. Now let me move them to silence for people who can't take it to exit out the damn chat. I don't want you to be a subscriber if you're that kind of person. Get out my chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's move on. So I gave you enough time to get out. And then I put it on members only subscribers only because this is funny. This shit is funny. The whole Tasha K thing is crazy. Oh, speaking of Tasha K and then Cardi B, let me put that down. I got to add Cardi B in this mess. Cardi B know how to read too. So all these people that I'm talking about today, ain't none of them innocent. And when they want to drag, they drag. And when I want to laugh and get my wine, I ain't got none right now. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, now shut the hell up. Let's start with NeNe Leakes because this is a short story. Okay, so we all know that NeNe from the Real Housewives of Atlanta created the show, made it a franchise, made it what it was in her heyday. She was pulling in 6 million views per episode. Give her credit. Give her credit. Now that Candy's at the Reign, they haven't even made $1 million yet. They have not made $1 million yet. And so that's no shade to Candy. That's just facts. Okay, so I don't know why the show's not working, but it's not working. And you can't take away the fact that NeNe Leakes made the Real Housewives the franchise what it is today. She made it what it is. And to see what's happening to her is quite sickening. So we all know she fell out with Andy Cohen. Now, in all fairness, NeNe, Andy Cohen was given orders to cut the budget. He just didn't fire you. And I think, NeNe, you made the mistake of thinking that Andy was your friend. Then you found out that he wasn't. When you called him a racist, he caught feelings.
Yep.
When you sued, he caught feelings. And so now he's just straight out blackballing her. If she tries to go somewhere else, he'll call over there, allegedly, and kill that deal. He's been killing deals for NeNe Leakes left and right. Now, I don't have a problem with you, Andy Cohen, firing your employees. That's what they are.
Right.
That's what you do. But you don't have to be disrespectful about it. And now you're trying to stop NeNe's bag. She tried to get a radio show. He stopped that. He's making these phone calls and he's deliberately stopping her from moving on. I can understand if he says NeNe Leakes will never work for Bravo again. Got it. But I want to go somewhere else and you're stopping that? Who do you think you are, Mr. Cohen? How would you feel if that was done to you? And where is the gratitude? Nobody knew who the hell Andy Cohen was before NeNe Leakes. You're going too far. You're going too far.
Yep.
Now the rumors is that she's not broke, but there's no new money coming in. She had to close down her lounge. What is it called? Lenithia's Lounge or something like that. She had to close down her restaurant. And, I don't care how much money you make. People think if you're rich, you make millions of dollars, you're going to stay rich. No, that's not true. If you're rich, you have more money to spend, but you have to spend your money appropriately or you will run out. And I don't think NeNe made enough to take care of her for a couple of years, but NeNe has to work. She's not taken care of for the rest of her life. So you guys aren't going to believe it. So the rumors are NeNe has an ally now. You're not going to believe who's coming in to try to help NeNe Leakes. Wait for it. I wish I had a picture for you guys that don't watch Bravo. It is from Andy Cohen's absolute favorite housewife, Bethenny Frankel, who doesn't need a dime from Andy Cohen.
She don't need shit. Nothing.
Yeah, she's coming in. She's creating this housewife union, but basically they said that she felt empathy for NeNe Leakes. This is Andy Cohen's best friend. Huh? You're going to help NeNe Leakes? Child. That's why race doesn't matter. Because here's this rich white woman that has every reason not to help you, NeNe. Coming in, and not only she's helping, allegedly, she's risking her friendship with Andy Cohen, who is not talking to her now. She feels that the housewives should start getting paid residuals for repeats. Reruns, that's what they call them. So every time you see NeNe, now I don't even think they play NeNe reruns, but she wants housewives to get paid for their reruns because any other genre does it.
Right.
You could be a reality TV star. You can be a cooking host. Every time your face appears on the screen, you're supposed to get paid. And if that happens, then you won't have a housewife getting run into the ground and losing money and can't go anywhere else. Like Andy Cohen is just so out of line. You are a grudge holder. You're petty. And you're playing with people's lives.
Yep.
Now what are you going to do when your rich white friend says you're out of line and let me help this woman? So I'm going to go into detail. I'm going to make a video going into detail about what she's going to do, how she's rearranging everything. And Perry, what are your thoughts while I go turn on my fan? Go ahead.
I think Andy, hold on. I said, is your speaker loud? Well, anyway, now I think Andy need to grab his kitten and go and lay his ass down somewhere and leave my girl NeNe alone. I mean, because this is ridiculous. Like, I get it. She ain't got to come back to Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
But stop trying to stop her bag, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's over the top. And with his so-called best friend, even friendships, friends know when you full of shit.
Ooh.
So
okay. Hello.
That's probably why she coming out saying what she's saying.
Yeah. What you're doing in NeNe Leakes is wrong. Got it. You don't like what she said. Got it. You don't want her to work for Bravo again. Got it. You want her off the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Got it. You want to Photoshop pictures. This is so petty. You want to Photoshop her out of pictures. Okay, a little petty, but that's your network. That's what you do. But to prevent her from moving on, period, you are out of line, Mr. Cohen. And listen, you never know when the tables are going to turn.
He probably wanted to add his photo in there.
Like, please, because you're mad? Because she called you a racist when she wasn't the only person that felt that way? And how ironic is it that the black women on that show aren't saying anything? Except Candy Burris came out and said he's not a racist. They're not doing anything to help NeNe Leakes. They're all quiet, and a white woman has to step forward to help. Isn't it ironic?
That's crazy.
Like, please, those people aren't doing anything because they know they will be the next NeNe Leakes. That's why I say sometimes, don't judge a book by its cover. This white woman whose best friend is Andy Cohen throwing the friendship away and saying what you're doing is wrong. And I think it's wrong too. It's fucked up. Like, okay, you mad at her and whatever, but you want to ruin her? Who do you think you are? And you never know when the tables will turn, Andy. That's why I don't kick anybody when they're down. You guys want me to hate Tasha K? I don't hate Tasha K. I'm never going to hate Tasha K. You don't kick people when they down, because guess what? Everybody gets a turn.
Well, for sure.
And that's show business. They praise you when you up
And kick
and
your
they
ass when you
drag you
down.
when you're down. And everybody needs to remember that. Don't get too full of yourself when life is great. It's great now. And you never know. You never, ever, ever know who might be that person to help you. So what I try to do, and I do this true, when I fall out with people, I try to do it amicably. If it's not amicably, and notice my pattern, I go back later and fix that. Everybody needs to be treated with respect. It is what it is, but it's a lot to it. I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow morning covering the whole thing. I just wanted to tell you how ironic it was that Bethenny Frankel is the only person, and because she's in that position, she doesn't need a dime from Bravo.
Self-sufficient. Yeah, she can do
Yeah.
it. The person who's needing that paycheck from Andy can't do it. They can't do it. She can do it.
What does Pia talk about? I kick a lot of people when they're down. I don't take breaks or on holidays or birthdays. No, you can say that because you're not in the business. But if you're in the business, don't kick anybody when they're down. If you're a blogger, don't kick them when they're down, because you never know. It looks like it's a wrap for Tasha K, because her trial is coming up. I believe you said the 7th period or the
husband go on the 7th, she go on the 9th.
And so people could say it's a wrap. You never know. So I put this on my Instagram. One of my favorite slogans. It says, "If you kick me when I'm down, you better pray I don't get up." Because when you kick people when they're down, they remember it. And then the tables always turn around. NeNe Leakes is down right now. She's not out. Right. I feel it.
I hope she's not.
I don't think she's down. I don't think she's down. People always get a second chance. Now, it might be a while, but I don't think she's down. I don't think Tasha K is down. And even though it looks grim, it looks very, very grim. You never know, because she's still talented. We have to give her that. So let's talk about this big fiasco that all these bloggers got going on, child. Okay. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess for several reasons. One is the original argument was just hilarious, saying trans women aren't real women. And when I tell you the LGBT community came out swinging, I'm not lying. Had my man Conscious TV doing a 5-hour live. Conscious, you all right over there? 5 hours. That's how upset they were. And that's what you're supposed to do. If somebody says something about women or Black people, I'm going to come out swinging too. But I always take a back seat in this argument. I know what arguments to do and what arguments don't to do. I have a lot of gay people in my family who I love. My bestie is trans. I don't ever want to offend them. So I'm real quiet on that situation, because I love these people. Like, I got so many, and we said that before. I don't know what it is. You give me a gay man that's funny. Like, I always have gay men friends since I was in high school. So I support the community. So, and also too, another thing is, it's like politics. It's an ongoing argument that's never going to be resolved, because everybody's allowed to believe what they believe.
Yeah.
No, and we have to accept that.
You get to respect people for who they are. Like, because if that's the case, we can go to churches. Like, if you don't go to church, we don't want the church people calling you that. Look, if a person's not infringing on your life and stuff, just respect it.
I do.
I just respect people for who they are. Whatever, and I just move on with it.
So basically, this is the argument. Jess says they're not real women. T.S. Madison, who's openly trans, comes out and responds. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Then Tasha K inserts herself and is speaking up for the opposite. Now, they said they wanted to call real women cis women. That's the word. And then trans. Let me say this about Tasha K, okay? No, Sharrell, you have that wrong. That wasn't the original argument. Just responded to someone making a comment about cis women don't own periods. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Thank you, Ghetto Cooking Show. But it just spun off into a bunch of arguments. But let me tell you what I think Tasha K was trying to say. Oh, hold on. Y'all. Okay, I got you, Bonji. I got you. Let me see. So let me tell you what I think she was trying to say. I think like if you are African American, and this is true, and you have some African Americans feel like that they're white on the inside, all white friends, white community, even if they bleach their skin, they're always going to be identified as Black. Make sense? So I think that's what she was trying to say in all of this. And she has a whole audience full of supporters. So it was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let's start with a little couple clips before we really get into what it became. It became a hot ass mess. Take a look. Yeah, it's crazy. Oops, wrong one. A delicate argument to begin with, but then all kind of shit got involved.
Let's see what Jess had to say about it.
Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Truly, I believe in everything and everywhere that we as trans women and trans men understand that we will never be, because we know what we are. We know what we came through. We are not insane to know that we were born male. I know that I was born male, but I'm not a man. And I know that there are trans men out there who were born female, but they are not female. They're men. You don't want to understand that there's a difference between gender identity and sex, but that's all right. I'm not here to educate you on that. My point here with Jess, which was she made a blanket statement, just like the small clip seemed as though that the trans woman was making a blanket statement, but she made a blanket statement and stated that all like trans women and trans people need to be in a straitjacket, or like we're crazy. And why would you say anything like that when you know that you have that there are trans people that support you and love you and fuck with you? Because I definitely was one of them. And this is why I subtly, at first, I'm not gonna lie, we talking about accountability here. I subtly said this. Put the post up what I said, Mom. Yes. There are so many real women that get mistaken for being transgender women, and that's where a lot of anger comes from. I do hope they take a good look at how transphobia affects all women. Let's take that down. Now, I said that based off of the context of me watching Jess and me seeing that Jess has already experienced transphobia herself.
I think she handled that well. Okay. Yep. Everything was civil right then. She said what she had to say. Just hilarious, a little harsh, but said what she had to say.
Yeah.
I'm getting to let's not start with that. The details. I don't want to focus on that. What I want to focus on is what it turned into. So one of these is Tasha K responding. Okay. Perry, were you going to say something?
No. Basically, I was going to say it turned into a hate fest.
It is, it's out of control right now. It
Yeah.
is spinning out of control.
Shape, you know, but here's what I'm gonna say. Yes, I've sent shots to Jess. It's just a woman. Jess is 100% a woman. Jess gets thrown shots. Oh, you masculine, you this, just like me. I'm short hair, she's long hair. Okay? Me and her go through the same things. And for some reason, when I see somebody like T.S. Madison or others like her, like Sydney Starr, and they want to say that we hate trans women because we get mistaken for being trans women. No, the fuck we don't. No, the fuck we don't. We don't get upset because we're mistaken for being trans women. The only reason there's a trans woman is because there are men wanting to be women. How the fuck we gonna get mistaken for something that we are? And you know what? We're the real trans women. Because black women embody both masculinity and femininity. We're the only race. We're the only race that can do what both men and women do. We are feminism. But y'all always want to make it about y'all, and it ain't got shit to do with y'all. Y'all are, listen, and this is no disrespect to being who you want to be. Just like one day I want to play character and be Boosie, because everybody say I look like little Boosie because he could be my brother. Because black women and black men look the same.
Okay, so that's her opinion. That's how she feels. She's talking to her audience because when I went through her comment section, her people agreed with her. T.S. Madison people agreed with her. It's almost like fighting politics. But then Armon Wiggins comes onto the scene, right? And these three have behind the scenes unsettled business, is how you call it, right? Because Tasha K says that Armon used to be her mentor a long time ago, and he wouldn't be where he is without her. And he comes back and says, bullshit. Like, just listen to this little clip from Armon, because now it's getting, this is when it starts to turn. And they start letting their personal issues get involved. And so up until then, you had a lot of people making videos about the trans wanting to call women trans cis and stuff like that. And even they were getting in heated arguments. So everybody started fighting about their opinions, how they feel, who's right, who's wrong. And I don't have a problem with that, long as you do it respectfully. But you always have those people that are in conversations and they don't know how to talk and they don't know how to agree to disagree. If I believe this, then you got to believe it too. But anyway, then Armon kind of says what's really going on. And what he says is really going on is, he said, Tasha K fooling all of y'all. She don't care about none of that. She mad at this is what he said. Okay. She mad at T.S. Madison for interviewing Armon. Because remember, Tasha and Armon have a history together. Right. They don't like each other. According to Tasha K, Armon wouldn't be where he is if she didn't put him on. And Armon says, no.
I was like, what my case got to do with you? What are you trying to do? Earn cool points by saying, oh, before introducing her, she told her? Come and tell me that I stole a Dr. Sabi. Same shit. And then you be like, oh my God, like it must be true. Introduced him to everybody else she told her. She decided to separate. That's cool. That's cool. But then when you throwing shots on your videos and, throwing shots using other creators, and I'm a hood bitch. Y'all have to understand that it took a while for me to evolve into the corporate bitch that I am now. So y'all still got to give me some time. Right? Y'all still got to give me some time. And I revert the hood bitch ways, because if I see a bitch and I see you in the parking lot or the window, and start hollering, motherfuckers.
Okay.
But that's the past. Then we
Now
got
let's get into
the gay boy.
She's so scared to say my name. I don't need you to say my name.
Got to give me some time. Boy.
Hold on.
Oh my God, I'm such a fan. Oh my God, I'm such a fan. I'm such a... Can you help me with my channel? Oh my God, I look up to you. Cool. I introduced him to everybody that was in my circle. Shit.
She's a liar. And mind you, for somebody I went from 29 days to her giving me shout outs to her trying to. First of all, I'm just going to say this. I love everybody. And if we've ever had beef because of Tasha K and we back cool, you know what I'm saying? This is no malice, but I'm really finna talk my and so I don't want nobody to feel hit or insulted in any kind of way. But for me to be somebody that's only 29 days, you done tried to get niggas, bitches to come up to try to beat me. Nobody you have before or after me is going to be able to fuck with me, period. Okay? You done tried that already. You done even went down to the lowest of the lowest of the dirt. You even try to have weird-ass, jealous, trash-ass bitches that was my friend try to come for me. For you, bitch. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. So you can go down to the fucking pits of fucking dirt, bitch. It's never gonna work. I'm really him, for real. You know that. I never needed you. I was being cordial. I was being respectful. I saw something that you had. I thought it was dope. I was getting into this YouTube, but bitch, I've been on. Bitch, I've been performing. Bitch, I almost didn't graduate high school because I was on tour with MC Hammer. Bitch never needed you. This is the difference. These other niggas needed you. These other niggas, you see where they at and you see where I'm at. Be very clear. Be very clear. I'm really him for real, and you know that. With or without you, bitch. Let's start there. For any bitch. I want this to be true for any bitch across the board. I don't give a fuck who it is. I want anybody to think that they're going to come over here. I don't give a fuck about you that much. So if you think that you have this platform or you're so famous or you're so big and you're doing me a favor, watch out. Don't come over here. Because, bitch, I am not your son. I'm not your child. I'm not going to walk on eggshells for you. I've had to tell you that. I've had to tell Jason Lee that. Me and Madison had to have our conversations. Bitch, I'm not playing these games with nobody that feel like they big. Bitch.
Okay. So he did a 2-hour live, 2-hour plus, saying this ain't got nothing to do with what she talking about. She going after T.S. Madison personally. Okay, here go another video where Tasha K starts talking about DJ Academics.
I mean, but it's starting to sound like it started off with that comment that first person said about girls not owning period.
That's how it started.
Then people,
it's no longer
problems.
that.
No, now it's people personal problems with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's getting heated and it's getting volatile. And just keep listening. Okay. It gets worse and worse and worse.
Pissed me off. T.S. Madison pissed me off. Let me tell you. First of all, I've been pissed off with T.S. Okay. I just should have. I did call her. But you know, when people show you who they are, you believe them. Okay. Now we're gonna clip this and put it out. Don't worry, she's gonna get it. She asked me to call her. I was supposed to call her. I ain't got time to call her. I got more fucking important things to do. But I did tell y'all she was gonna make the wine list. Okay. T.S. Madison, when I tell you, is the most unfoundational. The only thing foundational about T.S. Madison is her excellent foundation that she wears on her face to compete with us. Okay. That's just what I'm gonna say. Okay, that foundation is flawless. Actually got me wearing foundation because I was like, when I came on the show, I was like, I don't need no makeup. She was like, yes, you did. Just need a little bit of makeup. I was like, I don't need no makeup. But then, you know, she met Envy. I mean, she gave me Envy. I was like, oh, okay, Envy did good. But I've always been a natural person. You know what I'm saying? I don't need makeup. You know, but I guess maybe she felt like, well, I'm going to have on makeup and I'm going to be pizzazz and I'm going to have on lashes and all that shit. So you should too. I'm very secure in who I am. I don't need all that shit, okay? I don't need all that shit. No. Sorry. Hold on for a second, Jasmine. I'm sorry. Give me a second, y'all. And And I can say the same thing about DJ Academics. His hips is wide and he got big titties. Don't worry, I'll go for him later. Jasmine just sent me a text, okay? DJ Academics wants to enter the chat and call Just Hilarious trans. But what the craziest part about it is I thought she was trans the whole time. This is the biggest plot twist of the year. And when we saw your sex tape, we thought you was hiding a strap on under that belly. And we couldn't see the dick going in and out. DJ Academics, don't get me started. We'll say that for another day. Matter of fact, I may just hit Instagram with that shit.
Now they're dragging.
Oh my God.
They're dragging each other. They're dragging each other. So I guess Tasha went back on again. I did not catch this live. I couldn't find it. And I guess she made a comment about T.S. Madison's mother. And not only did she make a comment about her mother, she started calling T.S. Madison by her government name, Timothy.
But she said a strap on underneath his belly.
It's a mess. I'm just telling the story. I'm just telling you what happened and what is being said. And T.S. Madison ain't for blood. A read is a read. I like all good reads.
First of all, Tasha K, bitch, fuck you. Fuck you, you whirlpool, wishy-washy, flip-floppity ass bitch. I really wasn't gonna come on with no motherfucking malice or ill in my heart, because the second part of what I'm getting ready to talk about, dirty foot dragging, drunk pussy ditzy bitch. Play with your pussy, bitch, and don't play with motherfucking me. Bitch, when you brought your struggling ass over here, bitch, I sent my makeup artist to fix your ugly ass up. Okay? Let's get that for number one. Bitch, you borrowed from me. Number one. Number motherfucking two, bitch. If it wasn't for me and Kaya split, bitch, you'll be trying to figure out who the fuck you is. One thing T.S. Madison has always done is stood on that bitch. She is T.S. fucking Madison, bitch. I told y'all bitches I had dick at the bottom and titty at the top, bitch, from day one when the door fucking open. And the only reason why I'm not gonna get on your mama is because your mama ain't did nothing to me. Now, bitch, you got 4 million motherfucking problems that you need to be worrying about, bitch. You flipping asshole. And you don't need to be worrying shit about motherfucking me. You need to be trying to take care of them 4 million motherfucking problems you got, bitch. Before them goddamn African kids be out there on Save a Child, bitch, paying 35 cents a day, walking around trying to get their next meal.
Damn.
Find you somebody to play with, pussy asshole, bitch. I'm from Miami, Florida, just like bitch you from Florida. Punk bitch. I ain't never did shit to you. Brought your struggling, ditzy, drunk ass into my motherfucking house. That's how you phony bitches work. Off the door. Fuck your pussy ass. Fuck you and the motherfucking football head ass kids you got, bitch. Don't play with me, ho. I don't like pussy ass bitches like you because it always be bitches like you that always do fuck shit like that. It's always you. That's how I know you a Florida bitch. I done grew up with bitches like you just like that. You was just calling Jess a man 2 motherfucking days ago. Ugly asshole. Bitch, if it wasn't for my motherfucking makeup artist, bitch, you wouldn't look nice as you do now. Cause you's an ugly motherfucker. Just like your man, bitch. Cause we got the pictures. That's number motherfucking one. You ain't loyal to nobody, so I wouldn't expect anything less of you. You a scumbag ass bitch, foot dragging ass motherfucking hoe.
Damn.
You, bitch, Tasha K. I'm talking directly to motherfuckers today. Fuck you.
Wow.
Oh, hell
It's getting worse and worse and worse.
Oh, yeah. That is it, right?
No. We're not even close to. No.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, so somehow Tasha K doesn't stop. Now, I think it was Tasha K that calls T.S. Madison on the phone, but they have a conversation, and T.S. Madison is accusing Tasha K of doxing her, but she has no proof. Okay, yeah. I mean, you don't talk about somebody's kids, then you don't talk about someone's mom. It's just a room for everyone. So when I take calls, it just whatever you think. It's really crazy. So listen to this exchange that they have online.
Damn.
It's bad. Oh, what did I do with it? Hold on. Yeah. Why? It's crazy.
It's heated.
It's heated. It's heated. And it's the furthest thing of what the conversation's supposed to be about.
Right.
So it's so much going on here, but take a listen to this.
Why are you playing with me like that?
Playing with you like what?
Why are you posting my address and stuff online like that?
Your address was not online, girl.
Tasha, why are you playing with me like that?
Playing with you like what, girl?
Why are you posting my address on Instagram?
Where send me where I sent send me your address.
I have it because
No. Send me your address. Send it to me. Send me your address.
Communicating with my lawyer already.
That's great. That's great. Tell your lawyer to hit me. Send me your address. Send me your address.
Online.
All right, T.S. Since you ain't gonna answer the question.
Why are you posting my address online, Tasha?
Anything else you want to ask me, T.S.? That's not a lie. Anything else you want to ask me? That's not a lie.
Posting my address online.
All right, T.S. Listen, I got a show to do in 20 minutes, okay?
It's all good. You got a show, but
all right. Well, we're gonna leave it there until you send me the receipt on your address. Then we can have a conversation. Have a good day. Bye, Timothy.
She said, bye, Timothy. This is so far out of hand. There's so much to talk about. And then of course, we all know yesterday, Cardi B dropped a song called Jealousy, in which she's talking about Tasha K. So before that, Tasha K went on a weekend tryst, just dragging Cardi B, exposing the fact that Offset has a side piece, and all of this went down. So a lot of people are saying, why is Tasha K committing career S side? Why is she, the things she's doing, she's taking herself down? Or is Tasha K at a point where I don't have nothing to lose? I'm going to speak my mind. And the things that she was saying, people do agree with. Some people agree with them. And she's just giving her truth. Or does she need to shut up and leave everybody alone? Because what do you think the strategy is? Is she just speaking her mind now? Like, I'm going to say what I got to say, and it is what it is.
It's sort of like, I think Tasha is just speaking what's on her mind. Mm-hmm. And you get to a certain point, if you lost $4 million, what more can you lose? Another $100,000?
Yeah. Tasha could have a strategy. Because, I wouldn't know what the strategy is. I agree with you, Perry. I think she's to a point right now that I'm going to say what I want to say. This is my damn channel. This is my 1 million followers. And I'm going to say what I want to say. Right. And if people don't agree with you, they go after you. I think Michelle, straight from the A, tried to do a topic on this, and the gay community came after her for having an opinion.
Right.
So I get what she's doing. Is it controversial? Yeah, especially if you speak your mind. But that's your channel. You say whatever you want. And why can't we have the transgender conversation without people going below the belt? Why can't we just have the conversation? What do you think that problem is?
Shit. No, you know what though? I mean, because I think that people, instead of listening, they just rather criticize. Right? On both sides.
On both sides.
Mm-hmm. Like, disrespect the person for what they is. If that's your choices, you ain't got to agree. Nobody agree with nothing we do on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, just move on. And I think the reason why we can't have that conversation is people aren't mature enough just to jump in and have it.
Jesus.
I mean, because that first statement, I think, from that one person actually got everything started. No. The one that got Jess going. So you know how?
Oh, yeah.
about
Uh-huh.
owning periods, and then one thing went on. Now it's done went off to that. It's more like now I got a reason to go after you personally. So these people, I think that's basically what we at this point.
Is it personal, Perry? Or did it turn into being personal?
No. I said they turned it. I think they took that conversation. Everybody jumped in talking about a subject. Then it went personal from their relationships. T.S. Madison, Tasha, and Armon.
It got heated. Let's
Yeah.
see what people think about it. Of course, my man Sebastian's here. Hey, Sebastian.
Hey
Hey,
guys.
Sheila.
What's up?
Hey, Pia. In my
Hey.
opinion, child, this is a lot. This is a lot, and it's a lot. Let's start with you, Sebastian.
Okay,
What's-
before I get into everything, first of all, I'm gonna say this. Today is it's a trashy day for me, but y'all made it so good with all these stuff. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh,
NeNe's
yeah,
expired. I'm sorry. The time of Lenithia is expired. It's done. She ruined it herself. She wanted to be. She thought she was the HBIC and didn't want to sign her contract because she thought she was worth more. Well, now, sweetie, you did it to yourself. Move on.
I agree with that, Sebastian. But is Andy Cohen allowed to blacklist her?
Well, when they blacklisted Monique, I didn't see people doing all this for Monique. But why are we doing it for Lenithia?
Because it's wrong.
Well, Lenithia claimed racism and everything. So even Black entertainment doesn't really want you. So I don't.
Oh my God.
It's the truth. It's the
Okay,
truth. It needs to be said.
that's-
Okay, now let's go on to the touchy subject. First, I'm going to say this. I love everyone. I respect everyone. But the facts are facts and they need to be said. Okay. Jess Hilarious said nothing wrong, nor did Tasha K, in my opinion.
Okay.
Except Tasha K should never call T.S. Madison Timothy. She should never.
She did do that.
She should have never did that. But she was right in everything else.
Is Tasha K at a point where she's ruining her career?
Well, at this point, it really shouldn't matter because, for example, Tasha, I feel like Tasha does have the money. She just doesn't want to pay Cardi. And I'm going to tell you why later on. But let me just get to this real quick. Biologically, you are born into whatever you're born into. It's either male or female. People need to accept that. Only women can give birth. Only women can have periods. Only women know the feeling of other issues that affect women, such as fibroids, breast cancer. Well, not breast cancer, but fibroids, ovarian cancer, and etc.
Which I had. Go ahead.
Only women can experience that. Yes, women do gatekeep periods. Periods do belong to women, to biological women. I understand why Jess was talking about the cis thing, because why do we have to put a label on biological women when they didn't choose to be this way? They were born this way. Trans women.
Let me push back. Let me push back. We've had trans women since the beginning of time. What's wrong with them saying, recognize me? Go ahead.
Okay, we can recognize you. We can respect you. But one thing you're going to have to respect as well, the trans community, this is something that they're not respecting, is biology and the facts. And the facts are, you're choosing to be trans. A woman who's born as a woman, they never chose to become a woman. They're just a woman. That's how it was from the time of their embryos forming, because that's when your chromosomes start. That's the time where they had the X and X chromosomes. From the beginning, you have XY, and you chose to try to do cosmetic procedures, and it's take certain hormones to make yourself look as a biological woman. But deep down, you will never be a biological woman, like it or not. I'm sorry, and that may sound off harsh, but that's just the truth.
Well, can we live in a world where we're respecting both? Why do we have to take sides?
It's not taking sides. It's not taking sides. It has nothing to do with taking sides.
Mhm.
What it has to do with is morality. I'm sorry, but yes, it has to do with morality, biology. That's what it has to do with. I'm
Right.
not
Right.
taking any sides in what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
Mhm.
scientifically proven.
Mhm.
What I'm
It's
saying
a.
is scientifically proven.
Mhm. Mhm.
The thing is, I understand that some say, well, gender is a social construct. Yes, gender is a social construct, but it's a social construct that is based off of based off of biology.
Mhm.
And we need to realize that it comes a slippery slope when we start saying, well, the person feels this type of way. It comes a very slippery slope because you
Mhm.
know what may happen in the next few years? People will
Mhm.
start saying, well, pedophiles feel a certain type of way.
Oh no.
I
Okay.
said it. Yes, I did. I said it.
Oh
I said
no.
what I
Okay.
said what I said.
Damn.
It becomes
Okay.
very slippery slope when we say
Mhm.
the person feels this type of way. That's
Mm.
when you open one door, a lot of other doors start opening too.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
And
Okay.
which is why Jess Hilarious and Tasha K are right. Biological women do have the right to stand up and say they do not want to be called cis women. They have every right to. They have every right to. They have every right to say that. And I don't blame them. I do not blame biological women. I actually encourage biological women to come out more about this because they are under attack in certain ways.
Do you feel that this has gotten so political between different bloggers that the message is muddied up now?
Well, it shouldn't be political. Science should not be political. I would say that science should not be political. Reality should not be political or divisive. This is the reality of
Yeah.
life.
Thank you, Sebastian. You have a lot of
I
supporters.
know I'm
in
going
the
to be
chat.
canceled after this, but you know.
You're not canceled at all. You have a lot of supporters in the chat. A lot of supporters in the chat. Sheila, can you make some sense out of this mess?
You know, I totally agree with Sebastian with this. That people do not understand. Um, I get the cisgender, I get the terminology, but the idea that you're saying we need to be under a title because you're under a title as a transgender woman, it's wrong. We are also all Homo sapiens. People don't go around saying, hey, Homo sapien, how are you today?
Mm-hmm.
So why do we have to have this title? And why should you tell women that give birth, that do own periods?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree that some women can or they can't give birth, but biologically, if they did not have those medical issues, they could. They could give birth. They do have a cycle monthly. I don't care if you are a male going into a female, you're not going to have a cycle. I don't care what you look like on the outside. And I'm not discriminating against anybody or am I homophobic because I feel like everybody should have the right to live the way they choose to live. I don't
Right.
care whether you black, green, purple, man, female, or whatever you choose to be. The mere fact that people are saying that women are wrong for saying that someone calling us a certain title, what we don't own, we're wrong. How are we wrong? If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be on this earth. We give birth. I haven't seen one male that has given birth. And the only male that may have given birth if he's had a sex change, but actually he's actually biologically a woman. Yeah, you can give birth under those circumstances. But the
Now,
fact that you're saying we don't own periods, come on now. Ridiculous.
now, Pierre, I know you love to drag. You say if you feel like dragging, you're going to drag. Are you
Yes.
dragging today?
Probably. I told you I don't take breaks on holidays or weekends or birthdays.
Okay. What are your thoughts about? Do both. What are your thoughts about the argument that they want to call us cis women? And then what do you think about the bloggers making it personal? Did it start out personal and she was T.S. Madison Tasha's target the whole time? What are your thoughts? Go ahead.
Personally, well, when I saw the video, at first I agreed with what Jess says, and I agreed with what she said up until a point. Because in my opinion, when you use the word y'all or you people, that to me is kind of like gaslighting. It's an underhanded dig. So at that point, I was tuned out. Secondly, in my opinion, I wouldn't have responded to anything that young lady had said about gatekeeping and periods, because again, everybody is looking for their 15 minutes of fame, and she got it.
So wait, you think Jess should have shut up and kept it moving?
I honestly, yeah, some things you have to look at from a trying to get clout or trying to get famous type of way. And everyone knows, as much as I like TikTok, because TikTok is hilarious, that is the hub to go to when you want your 15 minutes of fame. And I'm sorry, I wouldn't have responded to it, but because she felt the need to it, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have to agree. That doesn't make me homophobic or anything. It is what it is. And in my opinion, Tasha should worry about, laundering her money through a mattress discounter instead of putting her mouth in businesses that don't concern her.
Well, let me ask you this. Is she just speaking her mind now, or was there malice towards T.S. Madison?
I think she has malice towards anybody and everybody who has made fun of her ever since she lost her lawsuit, which I don't know why she thought she was gonna win it, but I think that's really what it is. I think she's just has malice towards people that are making fun of her, that are calling her a clown, that are calling her out, and that's where it's coming from.
Or is she speaking up for her million followers? Because they were really cheering her on, saying, "Thank you, Tasha. That's how we feel." That's what they were saying.
I mean, that's all well and good that they said thank you, but honey, they're not going to pay your millions of dollars that you owe Carly. So I'm just saying.
You think Tasha should have just stayed out of it?
I would. Yeah, she should have just stayed out of it and, keep on lying that she ain't got no money.
Child. Carrie, please take over because Tia is a mess.
No, I get it.
No, Tasha, I mean, yeah, she crossed the line because she also brought Gabrielle Union into it as well.
No, I didn't see that. Please tell me what happened.
Yeah, she said, because Gabrielle Union also featured T.S. Madison in one of her movies, and she said Gabrielle Union probably thinks that she's transgender because she can't have children. Yeah, so yes. So I understand what you're saying when you say you don't want to kick anybody while they're down, but I can't support that. I just can't. I can't.
Which is why you call me, because I'm the #1 kicker downer. And I'm very, very subtle / in your face with it, because I'll look at you and say it, and then it'll take you by surprise, and I'll go, I said it, and then I'll just get up and walk away.
But doesn't she have the right to give her opinion just like everybody else?
But why do you? I just can't support that. Like, why? What does Gabrielle Union have to do with that? Because that's just out. Like, she had nothing to do with that argument between she and T.S. Madison.
Right. What are your thoughts? Is it Fameka?
She's a blogger and she has every right to comment on things. She's a blogger.
Hi, Sharrell. Hi, panel.
What's up?
I am over here dying laughing.
You're laughing? What are you
I'm
laughing
at this whole situation because it's crazy. And Tasha,
got out of hand.
It did. It got so far out of hand.
Yeah.
And Tasha should have just stayed out of it. Like T.S. said, she got 4 million reasons why she shouldn't be in nobody else's business.
But with that being said, isn't Tasha, listen, she got the biggest channel in all of this. Can't she say how she feel and what she thinks?
She can, but when you got the wolves at your door, you need to leave it closed.
Right, you're talking about for your beefs You got
Yeah,
them
I mean,
all ready
she
to attack you. Yeah.
and now she calling him by his government name. That's the same thing Michelle tried to do, and they came after her with a
No. Are you
vengeance.
sure?
I'm so sure.
Oh wow.
She
Oh.
posted his picture as he looked as a man, and kept saying his male name, and I was like, oh, she wrong for that. I mean, it's not about being homophobic, or you can choose a side, whatever your choice is. You have that right, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to disrespect people and the way they feel and where they stand.
Mm-hmm. You're
I
saying
go
it's not.
through life.
You're not saying it's not what she did. It's how she did it. That's
It's
what you're
how she did it.
saying.
I go through life not letting people push me out of my square.
Mm-hmm.
This is my square and I'm standing in it.
Opinion. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is, it's, to me, the whole issue is just crazy to me. There are other things that we should be concerned about besides who got
Yeah.
a penis and who got a vagina. That's not important to me. What's important to me is what they gonna do about Putin.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's we all
Tell
should be
me
worried
where I
about
can
that.
go with. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tell me where I can go if he put it, if he pushed the button. I don't care about none of this.
In your opinion, what do you have to say?
Listen here. I think Tasha got a lot of problems she already dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she needed no beef, okay? Because believe it or not, it's gonna be people that's gonna throw pins both ways, okay? It's gonna be some people that feels a certain type of way. I know for me, okay? You ain't finna call me no cisgender woman because I ain't finna answer to it, okay? Just because I was born a woman, I ain't finna answer to it. You know, your parents used to tell you back in the day, it ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to. You ain't got to worry about me answering. So I feel like I don't even have to address nobody on that because here's the thing. You're not going to change my title just because you feel the way you want to feel. And I respect that you feel the way you want to feel, but just leave me and mine out of it.
I get it. I respect that. Yeah. If you don't want to be called that, then they shouldn't call us that. Jennifer, sound off. Can you hear me, Jennifer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on mute. You know, I can understand the argument both ways. I really can. I can see
Yeah.
good points on both sides.
Uh-huh.
But like Tasha calling T.S. Madison by her government name,
Mm-hmm.
that when they change their name, whether they fully transition, whatever, whenever they feel that, you know, they are that person and they change their name,
Mm-hmm.
their birth name is a death name because they felt dead up until that time that they changed their name. I have a friend that was born male and I was with them throughout their whole transition.
Mm-hmm.
So his,
Well, I think that people pretty much agree with that's how they feel. But if we're telling you don't call us cis,
no, I get it. I
mm-hmm.
definitely get it. I see it both ways, is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
Because I know someone that's trans, but I'm, you know, literally born female. I have my period and all that. So I see it both ways because I have that friend.
Uh, what are your thoughts, Denzel? Because this has been going on all week. All week, it's been going on.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mess. How you doing, Sharrell Perry, everybody?
Hey, what's up?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, it's a mess. Look, I like T.S. Madison, and I like Jess. I like Jess Hilarious. I like her too. I don't like Tasha K, but I do agree with Tasha K and Jess Hilarious. They didn't say nothing wrong. Now, if if Tasha K really said that about Jess looking like a man, now she's being hypocritical if she really said that.
She said it.
And You said what now?
She said it.
Oh, Tasha K said it. Well, she's a hypocrite.
But here's the thing. This is what I want to ask somebody. Somebody on the panel answer this. I don't care who answered. If I have my own channel and I get 1 million subscribers from telling my opinion, then why do I have to pull back?
You know
should
what?
not have to pull back.
You know
She
what?
got too
You do
many
not have
problems
to
that
pull
she need
back.
to deal with.
You have every right to
Tasha's
speak your mind
followers.
because it's your channel, your rules.
Right.
It's your bills that's coming in. You're the one who's paying the bills. You're the people who are telling you can't speak are not the ones who are paying your bills. You have every right to speak on everything that you want.
Sebastian,
I agree. I agree. I agree with that.
Are like the Barbs, though. I mean, no, she does have the right, but her followers are like the Barbs. They're vicious when people get in that chat and disagree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Them wine heads are a trip, baby.
And also,
go ahead.
And also too, but also too, Sharrell, whenever you've made a mistake, you will actually come on, you'll rectify it, you'll apologize, and you'll move on from it. Not to mention, it's like you said time and time again, if you have a story, please, do the digging, do your due diligence before you bring it to my door. The problem with Tasha is she didn't do that. And that's why a lot of people take issue with her having an opinion. And your opinion really is shot when you get on the stand and you say you lie about everything.
Right, Sebastian. I
Yep.
mean, Sharrell is not just spewing lies and trying to intentionally hurt people.
And I'm sorry, but when you look like Danny Glover in red lipstick, you can't call anybody ugly.
I cannot.
Oh, Pia. Oh my God.
You have a personal vendetta against Tasha K. What is it, Pia?
All I'm saying,
you're not innocent no more. What happened?
All I'm saying is I don't know whether to sing God's trying to tell you something or to listen to what she has to say. It's very, very confusing for me. Very, very confusing.
Pia is reading. She is reading.
All right, you guys, let me bring up a new panel because a lot of people are starting to come in. I'm still calling in, and I'm trying to take a lot of calls because earlier this week, I couldn't take any calls.
Yep.
So let's bye. Thank you guys.
All right, y'all have a great night. Enjoy your weekend.
All right,
Be safe.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Hey, Diva and Al, girl, it turned into a mess. It got personal. The bloggers, they always bring their personal feelings into it. I'm also admitting to doing that. I might start on one topic and I know I don't like you and flip the whole thing around. What are your thoughts, Diva?
It's so sad that we can't just get along, right?
Right.
And honestly, the first time I heard this cis thing was during the pandemic. I love Billy Porter. And I was watching polls. I'm like, I had to tell my girl, like, what do they mean? Why do they keep saying cis woman, right? I don't get it. It is offensive to us, right? So just like you don't want to be called a certain thing or a name or whatever it may be, why do you want to put that label on us? We can all get along. All I want to say about this situation is at the end of the day, when you go to the doctor, the hospital, no matter what hormones you took, no matter what you did, because certain conditions are, it trends in either a female or male, you will have to say who, which you was originally born as. Now, I do understand and I wholeheartedly believe that people feel it's within themselves. It's not like they just making this decision, right? They feel within themselves, I feel like I was born in the wrong body, and they do not become happy until they make that transition or whatever. But to have this fight with females to say that you're better or I'm better or who's better, does it really matter? If and to say who owns this and who owns that, let me tell you something. You ask any female, y'all can have them periods.
But let me give you the opposing side. It matters because as a trans woman, they feel overlooked. not acknowledged. You know, they want to be heard. They want to be acknowledged. They want their opinion matters too.
Everybody's opinion matters, right? But we're not the ones. It's like we're public enemy number one because we are female and what they perhaps transition into, right? So we're not public enemy number one. I'm not mad at you.
Exactly.
Live your best life. I'm
I
happy.
agree.
Do your thing, but don't try to tear me down while you're doing your thing. Saying you look better than me, you dress better than me, I'm better than y'all. That we still your man. I mean, what is the point? Like, it's so crazy to me, right? Like, well, not necessary. And it's just another thing to pit the people in the world against each other. I really don't get it. And it's pretty sad. And all of them as content creators, utilizing their time and their moments on something like that, to me is sad and it's a waste of time. I feel like Tasha K is going down in a ball of fire. You know, she do got 4 million problems and she's worried and she got her mess in this situation right here, right? It's like you built your platform up to this million. And to me, all of us content creators, we have a responsibility. Yeah, we could say whatever we want, but I feel like we shouldn't be reckless out of our mouth on what we say when we have subscribers that, you know, they come to see us.
But Diva, you're a blogger. You can't please everybody.
Say that. No, you definitely cannot. But you can watch what you say, Sharrell, right? So you know this is a very sensitive topic. And for someone that has been blogging as long as she has, she could address the situation in a different way where it would have been a little more neutral and hit everybody and everybody could have understood what she was saying without her inciting like the people and us trying to battle against each other. And for what?
You're saying you can say what you want, but you got to watch how you say it.
Absolutely.
Al, do you agree with Diva? Al, you there?
Yes, I'm here. I do have, because this is something, because I am part of the community and I just have like a whole lot to break down. So if anybody else has something shorter to say, I would prefer them to go first before I actually break down the issue and explain.
Can y'all hear me?
Is everybody back? Sharrell, you back?
Yeah, I can hear. We can hear y'all.
Oh, I was gonna say, can you guys hear me?
Wait, Perry can't. I don't think they can hear us. We
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Sharrell?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I guess the internet's tripping or something. Something's going on.
I don't think they can hear us.
I don't know what's going on. I might have to end this.
Because I had a whole lot of breakdown about this. Lord Jesus.
Oh, and I had something I really wanted to say as well.
I hear y'all loud and clear.
Right.
Sharrell, they don't hear us. Their internet is leaving. Because they're spinning.
I can hear.
Yeah, but Sharrell and Perry can't.
Sharrell and Perry can't hear us.
Oh, okay.
So I think they're going out and coming back in.
But anyway, if anyone has like a shorter piece of something to say, I prefer you guys go first because I do have like a quick deep dive to break down the overall situation and to explain kind of like why everything is miscommunicated the way it is.
Why don't you just go ahead and say it?
Yeah, just go on.
Okay,
I'm long-winded too,
okay.
so go ahead.
Well, first off, good for NeNe. I'm glad she out there networking. So what I will say is there is a lot of not knowing and ignorance when it comes to this conversation with Black LGBTQ. And it's not ignorance as in negatively, it's ignorance as those just generally don't know because you're not active within the community or in proximity to understand these issues. So I preface that with the context of this is particularly a Black LGBTQ issue that was within a community that was not meant for straight people or the general public to catch wind of. This was not meant for that. So what the situation was, it was a trans woman on that clip that you've seen and her having a dialogue back and forth with her non-binary partner. That's the context of it. And it was it created a dialogue within Black LGBTQ. And that's what kind of hints on a point I want to make is an issue that we have is with Black LGBTQ. When we have a lot of our own discussions within a community, sometimes and unintentionally or not, there's heterosexual people with platforms that highlight these minute issues, and then it gets framed by the media that this is an overwhelming view of it, and it's not, because not all trans women have that sentiment or have that view, but it is just that issue of this is something that was meant to be an issue discussed within the community, and now that heterosexual people have caught wind of it without the proper context or education to be able to engage with the conversation, we have situations like this where it just becomes a mess. So
wait, so do you think that Jess Hilarious is out of line because she's hetero and she responded to it? Do you think she's out of line?
I do not think she's out of line, because she saw it and she felt, she felt some way by it, so it triggered her. She felt emotion by it. I can't feel it. But what I always like to, as always like to advise people of, before you go and press record, just try to take a second to digest it and try to educate or try to see what's deeper behind it. Because now, because this is why I'm going to break it down here of what the actual issue is, and I'm going to explain of why what they're saying is wrong technically, okay? So nobody is introducing cis to the general population. I'm going to say that clearly. Nobody, at least with Black LGBTQ, nobody is introducing this to the majority. Nobody wants to go around in their daily lives and addressing a woman as cis, and this, and this. In the proper context, this is used, and this is a part of Black LGBTQ language. Cis has been around for about 20 years by transgender activists. It's only popular now because it's a political buzzword now that is catching wind, like with all other buzzwords. So I'm saying, everybody, if you guys are tired of seeing cis now, be prepared, because it's probably going to get picked up in a 2024 presidential election, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Okay, it's a buzzword now. So with me saying that, it's becoming a part of a political agenda to further divide trans men, some non-binary folk, and women. And this is that's hurting at the end of the day, that there are trans men that are not in any of these conversations, and there are some non-binary folk, and there's meant to create this divide with the same replacement theory rhetoric that Republicans are saying that minorities coming to this country or in this country are doing to them. Nobody's replacing women. Nobody is pushing women out of womanhood. None of that is happening. Cis is a term that's used in proper context within Black LGBTQ with this example. Sharrell, me and you going out this weekend to have some drinks. We going to the club and stuff. Me, some of my trans friends there, some of my gay friends there. They say, "Oh, girl, you trans, or what are you, cis?" No, I'm cis. Keep the conversation moving. That lets them know you're not trans. You're a natural woman. You just active in the community. You just hang around us. That's that. It is not being used anywhere past that in anybody's daily life unless you're active or in proximity to the community. So when I say all that to say, cis it's synonymous when addressing someone. It's like female, male, guy, or girl, just with us. It's the letter. You just say, "Oh, girl, I'm cis. You not trans. You just a natural born woman. You just in the lifestyle." I've already repeated that. So Black LGBTQ specifically, this is what the consensus is when it comes to this. Because we had this issue before when the term fish, it's gay slang meaning from women as well, and it's a compliment saying that between us, "Oh, girl, you look fish. You look closest thing to a natural born woman." That's a compliment. But when that hit mainstream, women were outraged about that term fish as well. So it is a level of resentment when it comes from Black LGBTQ, because we feel like this is a language that is not meant for the general public. It's meant just for us and how we communicate with each other. But what oftentimes happens, more often than not, a lot of our lingo and slang is appropriated into pop culture. And also we have this pick and choosing of what we like. So we're going to adopt this for pop culture, but we don't like that. So we're going to be outraged about that when it's not meant for the general public at all.
And I'm just going to say it straight up. I'm glad you came up. It makes sense now. It wasn't meant to
in proper context. It's not meant to offend anybody, because if you're not around the community, nobody will be addressing you as that,
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for straightening it out.
So
and it seems to be getting worse. Nobody's making it make sense. You need to go on other channels and spread the word. It makes sense now.
But that's why I say it's just little ignorance, because some people don't know, and it's not something that Black LGBTQ are expecting y'all to know. But if you do have family members or if you're in proximity to people, you may hear the word being thrown up, as callers have heard. They've been hearing it word of mouth if they're in close proximity to gay culture and to the community, because this is how we talk to each other, the same way we use trade, DL, good Judy, Benji, is given. The same way you hear those words used in translation, this the same way cis is used. And cis is cis is a term that we use for is gender identity. It's an antonym for that. If you're not transitioning, then your gender identity aligns with your sex at birth. So who you feel that you are, that aligns with what your birth certificate says when you're born. That's what that means. It's just a slang
I
that's
have a
used in
quick
the community.
question. This
Go
is just
ahead.
for me. What does queer mean and what is AI?
AI, okay, so AI can be asexual and I can be intersex within the letters. It's like, yeah, a whole lot. So I'm still doing my best to educate myself every day, because it is active work, because we have these words that, you know, they're becoming buzzwords and they're being used against us to further divide us when it's not even meant to do that. And because we aren't properly educated, it's easy to do that, because unfortunately, whether you want to believe it or not, trans men and some non-binary folk, and when I say non-binary folk, to people who may not know, that may be women who are born who may not feel that they fit the definition of a man or woman, so they go by non-binary. So there are some women who are non-binary, and there are trans men who are born women who are fit up under the womanhood umbrella, whether we want to believe it or not. All those things are simultaneous. So everybody is right at once, but everybody just doesn't understand, and they're uneducated. So they're quickly throwing jabs at each other when it's not meant to. And I'll use a quick example. I'm from South Carolina. We use the term, that's my dog, that's my big dog, that's my homie. I started working at American Eagle that was predominantly white based. Me going in using my AAVE, oh, that's my big dog. Yeah, that's my big dog. Yeah, that's my homie. A couple girls and a couple guys took offense because they thought I was literally calling them dogs. When I'm saying that's my big dog, like that's who I'm closest to in the store. So once I gave them the context of how that's used, damn, the whole store used my whole lingo for the entire time I worked there, because of the influence I was as Black LGBTQ. That's the same with this. So for the women that's saying they do not want to be addressed as cis, they don't want to be called cis, honey, nobody is calling you that unless you're in proximity to the gay community or you're active within the community. And that's where I say, please educate yourself so you will know what's being said and you will know the context is used, so that way you won't be triggered and it's not meant to. But the last thing I'll say here is what Tasha K and Jess, the reason why it's wrong with what they're doing is because they're continuing to perpetuate this divisiveness without knowing.
Well, I don't think they did it intentionally. Do you?
Yeah, that's why I say they don't know. So it's like when we see these have conversations, it's almost as if the same Republican rhetoric of, once again, that replacement theory with minorities and asylum seekers coming to this country, that they're replacing white people in this country. That's the same thing that's being used with non-binary folk, trans men, and Black women, is to make Black women feel like, oh, now that trans women want to be addressed as women, they're replacing us, they're taking over us, and that's not the case. Everybody, some non-binary folk, trans men, and women all exist up under that umbrella. So do not let them be divisive to you, because all of us at the end of the day, we're all Black. We're all Black, and there's just different words to address each of us in the community. But that's why I say, please educate, please read, because once you know this stuff and you know the terms, it's hard for divisive issues to come up between us and stuff like that. It's hard to.
Thank you. That made the most sense. I'm glad you came up. Jones, can you sound off really quickly? Because I'm about to cut out any minute. Something's happening to my cable.
Okay. So I agree 100%. I am also a part of the community. I agree 100% of what he is saying. The problem is people will hear the side that craziness that's going on now, and they will never sit and listen to what he has to say, with that clean cut explanation, and have that complete understanding.
I'm
That
glad. Yeah, I'm glad he cleared it up. It
yes,
makes a
and
lot of sense.
he made it where people understand, and even as I'm watching the chat go by, it's kind of changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, they're
yeah.
not feeling as attacked or aggressive. Second thing I would like to say real quick, a big part of why a lot of women have a problem with the trans women and all of this and all of this little hoopla that's going around unnecessarily,
Mhm.
because he cleared it up for us, is because black women, which I am, I mean, I'm more on the more masculine side, but I'm a woman. I ain't
Mhm.
changed nothing about me.
Mhm.
But excuse me, is because black women feel like so much has come off of their back. So much has been built off of their back. Laws have been passed not for them, but because of the fight that they put forward. Voting rights. It was the black woman that went out there and fought for women to have voting rights. It was off our back, but we didn't get them first. So it's so much that's built off of a black woman's back, and for someone to come in and you want to be bit, we tired. We tired. I'm tired. I'm not gonna speak for everybody. I'm tired. I fight for black women. I love black women. I fight whatever the right, as long as it's right. I will fight for you, but I can't fight everybody's battle. So we fight this battle, and we feel like we win. Well, oh, we winning. We getting these laws. We getting these laws passed, but they don't apply to us. I mean, they gave us example. They gave us Juneteenth. They gave us Juneteenth, but you gave and I don't have a problem with Asian people, but you gave them whole protection.
Well, look here. Let me say this because I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Uh,
Okay.
I was asked to have this conversation. People have been talking about this all week. All week. I had the conversation. I think like we did an adult. I ain't trying to shout out my chat. I think we did it the best.
Well, wait, Sharrell, let me say one more thing about the chat because I see the chat here. If
Mhm.
you cannot pick and choose what part of Black LGBTQ language that you want to adopt and use in your daily life, and then turn around and be outraged about, because if you like it, accept all of it or disregard all of it. Either use all of it or not use any of it. Because if you have an issue with cis and it's not even being addressed to you, it's something involved a whole minority community, a whole marginalized minority community. You're not even going to hear it day to day unless you're active or around the community. You can't pick and choose our words to say because so many of our phrases have gone on to be hit and influence pop culture and still is, and we get
Well,
no credit
that's
for it.
true.
Yeah, so
That's very, very
that's the
true.
resentment that a lot of Black LGBTQ feel because we welcome everybody to the pride parades. We welcome everyone to use the lingo, and if you're, be a part of it, but you can't steal from it and then be outraged at some of it by it as well, because regardless of the fact is, it is still being used and it's influential. So if you don't like
You're
cis,
right.
then stop
You're
saying slave,
100%
stop
right about
saying
that.
shade, stop saying it's giving. Give us all of our language back.
We do steal from y'all. I ain't gonna lie, like all the time. It's so very true. All right, y'all. I don't know. I'm echoing. I don't know. Something's going down. But hopefully this channel won't have to have this conversation again. But I have a feeling something's gonna go down tonight, and I'll be back Saturday talking about the
Sharrell,
same day. Yeah.
the internet is acting up in Vegas right now.
Okay.
Oh, that's why
Hot,
my screen is black. I really can't see y'all right now. So I don't
hot
know what.
outage at 2:30 and then go back until 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, let me get on off here. Listen, everybody, if I didn't get to your call, I'm sorry. I'm having major problems, but it keeps happening. It meant I still have to pay my bill and getting shitty service. All right, you guys, leave your comments in the comment section. If I didn't get to your call backstage, I do apologize. Diva, thanks for holding me down when it went crazy.
No problem.
Everyone, don't forget to like this button. Don't forget to hit the like on your way out. And we are all together. Let's stop being divisive. Let's stop being divisive. It doesn't work. Let's just try to be one. All right, y'all, on 3, because I went extra again today and I'm still out of time. On 3, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye.